Happy birthday to you.
We are here.
That was good.
On today's podcast.
That was a good start right there. I like that.
I was about to start singing and I didn't know why.
This also happens to be mine and Victoria's birthday, so happy birthday to Victoria. Happy
birthday,
birthday, All right, we're going to here today to talk about the streaming in the district, which has been quite the road. We were a little bit upstream, pun intended, without a paddle when we went into COVID with the streaming. Did you guys stream prior to COVID?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Well, we're here. I haven't even introduced our special guest,
yes, exactly.
Victor Zambrana. So Kevin, Victoria, and I are here with Victor again.
Nice. Woo! So excited.
Party's here.
Party is here.
So there was no streaming pre-COVID.
No.
Was the board meeting streamed before COVID?
No, right?
Wow.
We started in the middle of it, right?
It was. We used to actually have it just recorded.
Pretty much,
The
yeah.
district clerk used to hit the record button, and then the following day,
that's right.
we'd have to actually go and pick up the little SD card and just take the footage and compile it together because we used to chunk it out into sections and just throw it up on YouTube.
Yep.
So you did used to. I'm getting a history lesson here. I'm asking questions that I kind of already know the answer to, but maybe people out there in podcast world don't. So it was put up to YouTube, correct?
Yes. There was an original BOE account.
Yeah.
But it was just not in the moment.
Yeah, usually like a day or two later, it would go up on that page.
And who did that?
Originally
it was Kevin.
Originally it was me.
Kevin was the original.
The OG.
The OG. There you go.
OG of the BOE.
So funny.
And then it somehow morphed into
then
streaming
evolved,
during the pandemic.
During the pandemic, yes.
Over,
when nobody was allowed in the buildings or in the rooms, so we did live streams.
Yeah.
And it evolved from there. So
it's crazy. It started on. I think we did what? Did we start? I'm trying to remember. We started OBS, or if we.
No, we started a live stream on
Zoom.
YouTube. Yeah. Well, it originally started on Zoom. Yeah. And then after Zoom, we started doing a live stream right off of YouTube.
Yeah.
And then we found OBS, and we grew from there.
Yeah.
We added more cameras, we added more stuff, and it just kept growing until what it is now. So it's a very evolving item.
Yeah. Okay. Instructionally, there was certainly no live streaming pre-COVID.
No.
Even during COVID, when we were home that whole time, there was nothing.
It wasn't until the summer that we had to discuss that.
The summer of 2020.
Yeah. You had a baby?
I had a baby. I then drove up to Connecticut High School.
A few weeks later to connect webcams
that you guys bought. I wasn't even a part of the technology department at that time. However, you had to have bought,
like
hundreds of webcams.
Yeah. Well, what we could get our hands on, because remember,
everyone in the world needed a webcam.
Everybody needed a webcam, so it was what we can get our hands on. So I remember that.
Wow, what a time! What a time to be alive that was. Yeah, so we came up. I was in, just had a baby. Connected webcams to computers with Victoria, who was pregnant with a baby. During COVID, and we then we had to make a video and a quick guide and all of these things
with all of the different options that you can stream.
Because there was a bunch of different options and ways to do it. And I remember we sat in a room, myself, Victoria, CJ, and Dean Middleman. And by when I say sat in a room, I mean we sat in 4 separate corners of the room.
We played 4 corners,
very far apart. To talk about how we were going to do this. And then we made a video on how to stream yourself teaching your class. And then also teach the kids in front of you at the same time. Because they had half and half. They were hybrid. So they had half in person, half at home, and a partridge in a pear tree.
It was pretty much also not just streaming. It's getting it on, but then how are you managing your class that's at home? Your kids that are at home.
Yeah. I mean,
that's
Google
when
Meet
they're-
during that time, like, wow, the nearly immediate upgrades. Like, every time somebody needed something, you know, we had attendance add-ons, right? Like, so we had a couple of different options for the attendance add-ons, and then Google Meet added their own attention. Pay attention to me. Had their own attendance options. Just amazing, right?
Yeah. Where it changed. Yeah. And then I want to say our first actual stream that was not classroom related was graduation. You think about it.
Speaking of which, remind me when we're done with this podcast, I got to talk to you about that.
No, you know what?
That's already come up. I got to ask the question about that this morning
you know what
on
actually
November
was?
4th.
The reopening committees.
Yes, remember
those
that?
Those were.
I was the head of the technology reopening committee. As the mentor.
Those were live.
They were streamed?
No. There was like reopening. There was reopening committees that led to reopening. There was like a whole big production at CO. We rotated in and out of that. Live streamed those.
Wow.
You don't remember that?
I'm trying. All I remember is graduation. Graduation was like the big thing.
I
because
think so
but
much
what that led to, I was going to say,
Yeah.
that all led to like the BOE meetings being streamed and then eventually to graduation.
Oh, wow.
Because that was the first and only drive-up graduation.
Drive-up graduation, yeah. It's like, how are we going to do this? So, Viper Studios, there you go. Helped out.
Yeah.
Give them a little shout-out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Charles.
Yes, Charles.
Charles is great.
So,
they love Charles over the main office over here.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
But I think part of the really cool piece of streaming that, I mean, before I even get into that, we are still streaming all of the concerts.
Yes.
All of the concerts.
Yes.
Chorus, band, you name it, we're still
today,
doing it.
And it's even grown. We stream sports now. We brought on the huddle cameras, so that's all new.
Now, but let me ask you a question, because you would know this. Was that COVID related that we purchased
that?
Or
Was
was
COVID,
that just
yes.
Really?
That was because we weren't able to have so
we
many
weren't
people in
letting
the
people
gyms.
come.
Yeah. So people wanted to see their kids play. So remember, it was just the athletes, and then the parents would see it off the YouTube stream.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then as it's grown on, it's been continuing because it gets such attention when it comes to sports. So it just keeps growing. Now we have one in the field, we have one in the big gym. Who knows where else we're gonna add moving forward. So
yeah, very cool. But I think what I love most about, like, we were at first upstream without a paddle because like nobody knew. I mean, you're gonna teach 10 kids in front of you and 10 kids at home at the same time and expect that, anybody's getting out of that. I mean, let's be truthful here. Like, that was hard. I couldn't imagine. I wasn't doing it, but I was trying to help people in being able to do that. And I think what we see now as a result of that is just a lot of growth in people's ability to like think on their feet and kind of manage those types of situations. I think what we've done as a department is pretty amazing because, I mean, look at what we're giving people the ability to do and view and see instantly, whether it be through COVID because somebody's immunocompromised and can't come to their kid's concert, or the fact that now a grandma in Florida that never used to be able to see the concert now can see it. I mean, I think we have entered a new era, really. I mean, if you really think about it, because we've taken none of these features away, minus like the ability to live stream in the classroom. Like, we're not doing that anymore, rightfully so, you know what I mean? But like all the concerts and the sports events and all these extras, I mean, we've really entered into a completely different era where people can watch these things, they could rewatch them, they could have this experience from their home. And I just think about what an amazing experience that is, I mean, just saying. We were able to figure out how to make live stream for baby chicks hatching so that these kids could go home and like watch this with their parents at dinner to see if the chicks were hatching. I mean, that's an experience that's so cool. That's like a dinner conversation with your family to watch what's going on in your classroom. Like the fact that we were able to pull that off, that was give Santo Moscovo a little shout out there. But that was him coming back and forth to the office like 3-4 times, asking everybody what we could do, how we can make this happen, and it worked. I think it somehow involved a baby monitor. I can't be sure, but I'm pretty sure it did.
Yeah, that was cool.
Piece of bubble gum and some shoestrings.
Amazing. Yeah, but like Vic was really super involved last year in the Veterans Day celebration at RMS.
Yeah, that was like a whole nother event. So that was cool. That was fun. That was we got a good.
Give the people the information, Vic. What was cool about it? What was good?
we got to stream it. We have a live band. We had the kids with their own show. It was good. I had a good time doing it. So and I think Joe was very happy with the outcome. And we got a good view. People watched it on the stream. So.
Well, the other thing too, I would say, is that because of all the events we've done now, is that now we're starting to notice more viewers.
Yeah, and now it's
which we knew, but it's like now you have real numbers and real data.
Yeah,
Wow,
now it's expected. It's expected. Pretty much, anything we do now at this point, they're already asking, "Where's the stream? Where's the link?"
Right.
So it's good. It's good. It's definitely grown from something that was just started because of the nature of what we were in regards to COVID, to now just being a function that we do right away for pretty much mostly every event.
Right.
So.
Very cool. I mean, I really like the streaming component. I don't like. I don't necessarily love the idea for the classroom as a regular practice, but I love the because what'd you say that again, Victoria? No, I know, I don't. But I do love the fact that they can have a Google Meet with a class in California and have like a pen pal thing going on. I love the idea that they can have like a meet the author experience where the author doesn't physically have to come to the school and they can have like a live back and forth, because we've seen that done before.
Yeah.
I love the fact that we can do all of these things now and add an experience, having lived through kind of like, I would say absolutely and unequivocally the most challenging time in education, where it's like, how do you reach these kids that need it's not even about the education. I mean, not that it's not, but just the connection. They need that daily connection to people, and like, how did you reach them? And it was tough. It was tough to do that on a regular basis. But I think what we learned from it was that level up, where it's like, no, I'm not going to do this every day, but there are times and places and events. Like, I think about an 8th grade ELA class from RMS connecting with an 8th grade ELA class from OBMS, and they do that every once in a while. And guess what? They start 9th grade, and that's the kid that they met on, the live meet link when they were both reading The Outsiders at the same time. You know what I mean? There's so many options to connect people this way without the physicality of having to be in the same place at the same time. You know what I mean? So that's the cool part for me. What?
So I would know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
I'm answering your question.
She's so funny today, right? She's a regular comedian today on the day
it's
of her
birth.
birthday.
I was going to say.
It's her birthday.
You say it's your birthday.
Keep going.
No.
You think that's the song?
Listen, she did last time.
Did she? Did I miss out on that?
So I think this week's question is going to be, in conversation with you guys that are listening out there. What would you keep? What are you happy that we're keeping in the world of like live stream and YouTube channels and all these types of things? And what are you happy that you definitely, or you hope that you never have to do again? I'd love to hear, you could tell us a little bit about your experience and things that you are looking to kind of, that you're happy that are no longer there, and things that, are cool features that you now are able to have and incorporate. The breakout room feature, I think when Google Meet debuted that breakout room feature, absolute genius. Like, I'm glad that that's there, because I feel like it's a cool way. I look at even my tech director meetings. How convenient is it that I don't have to physically leave the district to go to my tech director meetings anymore? I can hop on. They put us in breakout rooms to like talk in small groups about what's going on in the technology realm, and then bring us back, and I'm still at work. I'm still on site for the team. It's a really wonderful feature that for my purpose I enjoy, that I still have. So I want to hear from everybody out there on their being upstream without a paddle experience. Happy Friday, y'all. What a Friday.
Happy Friday. Yes.
Ooh.